Welcome to today's editorial of the day. So, in this video, we are going to talk about one or two articles every day in The Hindu, and from there, we will analyze that how can we use it in our GS answers, be it GS 1, 2, 3, or essay or ethics. So, let's tune in. So, without wasting any time, let us turn the leaves of the newspaper. Now, the first headline which I saw captured my sight, that should Supreme Court sit powerless as the governors block bills. Now, the whole idea, the whole story or drama, I should say, going here is that the governor has power with respect to the bills. Now, the state legislature, I have put the explanation here. So you can see that the state legislature will give the bill to the governor and ask him or her that bhaiya, please sign the bill so that it can become an act, right? So the governor has basically four options. The first option is that he can give assent to the bill, and then the bill can become an act. The second is that the bill shall be withheld by the governor, means that the governor will actually indirectly reject the bill, and then the bill shall not become an act. The third is that the bill shall be returned to the council of ministers, shall be returned to the house, and they have to reconsider the bill, है ना? Understand it like this, that 2-3 sections of the bill needs to be changed. So the governor will tell them that you should reconsider these points and then send me to the for reconsideration. And then, with or without amendment, even if the house shall amend the bill, or if the house does not amend the bill, with or without amendment, the governor has to sign the bill right now. He has to give the assent. And the fourth option is the most important, is basically causing the whole governor, the whole federal structure, is shaking the whole federal structure, is that the governor shall reserve the bill for the president. Fine. And the catch is that then the president has to decide whether the bill shall be passed, whether the bill shall be become an act or not. So when the bill goes in the president's hands, the governor has to do nothing. Okay, he has become free, and now the honorable president shall decide that what is going to happen. And then the president will act on the advice of the council of ministers of the union government. Suppose that the union government is from a different party and state government is from a different party, and then the whole tussle will start. So this is the thing which is happening since 4 years. Since 4 years, R.N. Ravi, the Honorable Tamil Nadu Prime Minister, Governor, the slip of tongue. So the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu had kept crucial state bills pending for almost 4 years without explaining a word why. Okay, and that is why the Supreme Court took the recognition of the case that this is a sheer negligence. The Supreme Court cannot sit clueless and then see that the state bills have been kept for nothing. They have been kept pending without any reason, right? So I hope that you have understood the basics as far as the UPSC prelims questions are concerned. But as far as mains is concerned, you need to make notes out of it, that okay, this is the problem, this is something, this is written in Lakshmikant, okay, this is the power of the governor, this is the power of the president. But why? Is it healthy for the democracy? Is it healthy for the state? Is it healthy for the federalism, which is a basic feature of our constitution? Okay, so you have to make your notes in this manner. Until and unless the Supreme Court has not said anything, we cannot write the conclusion, we cannot derive conclusions. But you have to keep an eye upon this matter, because in 2026 or even later also, this issue is very important in polity. Next was a very beautiful news that the Dal Lake hosts first ever Khelo India Water Games with eye on Olympics. So first ever Khelo India Games are being held in the Dal Lake of Srinagar. Okay, There is nothing very important as far as mains is concerned, but you need to just remember that Dal Lake is in Srinagar. Fine. I can also remember one more lake in Jammu Kashmir region, that is the Vular Lake. And Vular Lake is a freshwater lake, is the largest freshwater lake on which river? So it is on Jhelum River. Fine. Vular Lake is on Jhelum River. Next news we come to, the editorials in the Hindu today were not very, something which caught my eye. The poll integrity and self-sabotage parties and the ECI. Basically, the editorial talked that how ECI is losing its recognition. There were days in 1990s during the time period of, when TN Session was our honorable election commissioner. So then the recognition of ECI was different, and now the ECI, the powers which it has, its recognition, its face is being eroded every day, right? So much complexities, so much controversy it is facing right now, is a blot on democracy, right? Free and fair election is a basic feature of our constitution, and ECI being involved in such cases is a blot on our democracy, right? So it basically was a very political, so I did not went line by line, but the essence is this, and there was nothing much I can extract for any means GS paper. Similar with this also, justice is not about teaching someone a lesson. It was not a very then the next editorial is World Test Championship. Again, I did not, this, it has nothing to do with the mains papers. So this is also an art of reading the again, this is a very political topic. So the art of reading the newspaper is not to read everything. You have to decide that which topics to leave and which topics to catch, right? Why Sri Lanka, Tamil are flagging militarization. So there is a lot of military setbacks happening in Sri Lanka. Again, not very important, so I left it. What has Noto said about organ donations to women? This is also not very important. So I have skipped all this. Then we come to this news. Silence will only embolden the bully. So the Chinese ambassador in India, he has he basically gave his comments about the tariffs US has put on us, and he welcomed India for the SCO summit, which is going to be held in Tianjin from September the 1st. Fine, so this was all about here. Then SpaceX, yeah, I took out this news article basically to tell you that the chairman of ISRO is V Narayanan. So whenever you are reading the newspaper, always keep these points also, that whenever you have to ponder with such questions, even in PCS exams they may ask these questions, okay? UPPCS or BPSC, these questions can be asked, that who is the chairman of ISRO, who is the chairman of DRDO. These questions are frequently asked. So V Narayanan is the chairman of ISRO. Fine. And you all know that Shubhanshu Shukla is on our Axiom 4 mission that has successfully took 4 astronauts to the ISS and brought them back. Next news was that SEBI moves again. I took this news to tell you that the chairman of SEBI is Tuhin Kant Pandey. Okay, one more very good article I saw here. The grey market is an informal marketplace. Now, what is a grey market? This can be a question asked in prelims. Okay, they will give you 4 statements, and then they will tell you that which of the following is a feature of a grey market. So, grey, you can understand from the name itself that grey market is an informal market. Fine. It is unregulated, it is unauthorized, but legal. It's not that it's illegal, it's legal, but unauthorized, informal. Okay, and here basically the selling and buying of shares is taking place. Okay, now that is all I think. Okay, so this was the news. Now what I'm going to tell you, you are going to use it in your GS answer and your essay. It's a best practice. So there is a collector in Sikkim. in a place known as Namchi. So the Namchi district magistrate, what has she done? She has experimented. What experiment? She has started this Prayas initiative, the project Prayas as she calls. And here the electorate, the district electorate office, it is open once a week for all the self-help groups, cooperatives, farmers, producers organization. And what do? They bring all their products and they sell there. And this is a very good initiative to give them a market, to give them a recognition. And every Thursday, even the officials working over there, they have a no tiffin day. They buy their products and they get an opportunity to get farm fresh vegetables. So this way, what is happening, this way they are getting recognition, they are getting a place to sell their products, to get to sell their home cooked meals, snacks, farm products, utilitarian handicraft items. And then they are getting visibility, value and volume. So this is a very good initiative which is started by Anupa Tamling, the district magistrate, experimented with project Prayas. Okay, so how is it beneficial? This is beneficial because weekly interaction with the villagers and officers also, that is toward bridging the gap between the public and the administration. Okay, I'll ask you one question. Have you ever went to a police station very happily to register a case? Or maybe have you ever gone to a public a collectorate to get something for a land dispute case, and you have not you have never had fear in your mind? No, because generally these institutions, and due to the colonial legacy, these institutions, the police stations, the collector, the DC, they are thought to be something out of the world people, right? And we normal common people, we fear the authorities so much that if we do not we do not want to go there, we do not want to go to courts to settle our disputes, right? And we believe more in the panchayats, the khap panchayats. So this initiative of district magistrate, this will revolutionize the whole concept of fear. This will bridge the gap between the common and the executive, the so called you can say collectors, right? So it is a very good governance example. You can put it in ethics. There is a topic in your GS paper, role of civil services in a democracy. This is a part of your GS2 governance part. Then even in GS4 you have this same topic. You can use this as in essay also. So this is a very good initiative taken by her, and this is a very best example. If you write this example, it will gain you 1 mark extra for sure. Fine. So this is a very good example of how civil services can change the world, change the society in a very good manner, right? So this was all about our today's daily news analysis. Not much to do with the editorial, but still we have gained 1 marks for our essay paper and ethics paper. So that was all about today. See you tomorrow with the same facts data example sheet, which will add value to your answers.